Okay, so today the webinar 3 we are going to cover financial planning, and let's start. I'll share the screen and we'll be one by one going through all these sections that are available on the system. So I hope everybody can see my screen. So right now I'm in the customers login. So I can see the customer, which is Sonesh right now. And I can see these are the various sections available. On the top side, there is overview, portfolio, plan, activity, and transact. And on the subsections under overview, there is my feeds, profile, documents, and subscription. So right now I'm in the profile section, where I covered in the earlier webinar, where after a client onboarding, once you enter all the data, the customer, when he logs in, he'll be able to see himself, all his details, all his credentials, and also all his family members, which you can add. And you can add a lot of other details, including his documents and his bank details and his demat details. So once you upload all these things, we will be using all these details for the KYC part, which will be coming up in future. And also we'll be using this for the INUCC account opening at NSE and BSE. So now coming on to the financial planning section, once you onboard a customer, or it could be a lead, the most important thing that as per the compliance that you need to do is the risk profiling part. So under the overview, you can see there is profile, and under profile there is a second section, which is after the key info. You can see there is a risk profile. So in this case, the most important thing, or before even starting of the financial planning of a customer, you need to actually do a risk profiling, so that the whole perspective that you understand what exactly is his thought process about money, what is he thinking, if he is allowed to allocate the money, 100 rupees, if he wants to allocate, where does he allocate, whether how much in equity, how much in debt. That's the whole idea. So see, risk profiling is something which is a very important questionnaire which a customer fills, and when he goes through these questions, it is an information that you're providing him, or warning him that whatever investments we are going to plan, it's going to have some risk, or going to have some kind of high risk or some kind of low risk. So we have designed a questionnaire which is actually a 15 questions questionnaire, which we have thoughtfully crafted, and we have put it here. And these questions, they have some matrix of the answers given that produces, or that gives a score. And based on that score, once you submit this questionnaire, the client can submit this questionnaire, and whatever he submits, there is a score that the system generates based on some matrix. And the score tells you that, okay, what is his score out of the maximum score, and according to the riskometer, where does his risk profiling stand, whether he's a moderate customer, whether he's a moderate risk taking appetite, whether he's a high risk taking appetite, or whether he's a low risk appetite. So we have designed these various portfolios, where if you see in this case, this particular risk profiling is falling in the bandwidth of 50 to 60, which indicate that for this particular customer, if the score is moderate, I can allocate around 50 to 60% in equity. Similarly, there is a riskometer which is also showing that it's a moderate customer. Now we have given you an option to retake this assessment. So there is a practice where you can take it every year, and also check with the changes in the risk profiling that happens every year. So there is an historical score, or the historical question and answers that we actually store it here, and it is available for you and the customer to view. Now this is so important for for a conversation over a period of time, that when you're actually helping the customer plan and invest and manage his investments, and every year if you're doing a risk profiling, you will actually see that the complete risk profiling pattern of the customer keeps changing. Sometimes he's aggressive, sometimes he's moderate, sometimes he's very conservative. And with that change, this becomes a very good conversation, and you can just check and go to the old risk profiling scores and see what kind of questions he had answered at that point of time, and later on what he's answering. So we have this kind of historical scores being stored here, and you can download this report and send it to the customer, and you can download and print it and get it signed also. So this is the first step towards adding a risk profiling. Now going back again to the advisor home, we go to the settings section. In the settings section, there is a section called as plan. Under the settings section on the right top side, you'll see a settings section. There is a subtopic called as plan. In case of plan, we have actually defined a matrix for asset allocation, where we have defined these 5 portfolios. Based on these matrix, the risk profiling score is generated. And with that score, you will see that the allocation of the debt and equity in the goal also gets generated. So I'll show you in the goal section what kind of asset allocation is getting produced. So if the customer is a conservative customer and the investments are in the time frame of greater than 15 years, then the system will cater that this can be around 80-20%. So 80 in debt and 20% in equity. But if the same customer is investment is more than 15 years and it is an aggressive customer, then you can allocate this as 100% equity. So this is the matrix that we are actually as a foundation using for calculating the goals. And this particular matrix is where you can change the complete the percentages on your own, where you can just change it and save it across. You can have this for your own benefit, and each advisor can define his own metrics on those fronts. Then the second part is the returns and inflation. So here you can see that we have added all the kinds of asset classes and their returns assumptions and the inflation assumption. So this is bifurcated into 2 parts. One is less than 10 years and other is more than 10 years. So it may happen that we thought that the investments, when they are on a longer tenure of more than 10 years, then the return expectation may be a little bit lesser. And that's the reason where we split it into 2 parts. So if the investments are more than 10 years, the system will cater to the second part, and for the long term one and short term, they'll be catering the this short term assumption. So you'll be able to see that there are all the kinds of return assumptions that we have mentioned here, and you can edit these return assumptions at the global level. So these are the global settings, and we have already added inputs on these fronts. You can just come and change it on your own. And if you want to change the inflation, if you want to change the return assumptions on these asset classes, you can change it by your own. Then there are these key parameters that we have added. In this key parameters, you can see, you want to divide the savings type, or you want to group all those things together. So there is a little bit of narration given here, where you want to, divide all the savings type each goal wise, or you want to group it all together. So this assumption is applicable for multi-year goals, where like education and vacation type of goal. And then we have a retirement age already defined in the system. So this is a global setting where we have defined that the retirement age 60. You can change it. Insurance planning, when you're actually planning for insurance, which I'll show you further, as the asset growth rate we are considering around 8%. You can bring it down to whatever percentage you want to actually assume. The saving status is where you are showing as a total, or you want to show it as a breakup. So this is this is kind of the savings which I'll show you in the goals, where there is a breakup between debt and equity. You can just change it to a total, where you don't want to actually bifurcate at this point of time whether how much has to be in equity or how much has to be in debt. So when you mark it as total, it will show you the total amount of savings that you need to do. But if you mark it as breakup, then it will break it up into debt and equity. Then there is a setting called as life expectancy, where you can just set up the life expectancy till what you want to calculate. This is a global setting. So once you're done with the global settings, you can save this and you can start planning on the goal front. Then the last section is the gallery, where these are the goal images that we have actually set up. And this is the system setup kind of images. You can go and edit them, and you can put in your own pictures, and you can customize it. So this is the first part of the settings. So once you're done with the risk profiling, you can go and start the goal planning. But initially, this is a one-time setup that you need to do between the asset allocation, the returns and inflation, the key parameters that you want to consider, and the gallery, which is the images that you want to save. Then I come back to, again, the customer side. So I'm going back to Sonesh. So now when I'm in Sonesh, I have done the risk profiling. That is the first step that I need to do. I have the risk profiling score. Now the second step that I need to do is I need to add the complete portfolio of the customer. So in the case of portfolio, there are various subsections called as assets, liabilities, and insurance. So in this case, I need to get all the data gathering done first for the customer. So usually the data gathering format you used to have is usually on the Excel. Now you can just directly do it on this. And in this case, you can do all the data gathering of all these assets, liabilities, and insurance. The products are at more than 25 products that you can do it from here. So you can have mutual funds as already reported. There could be stocks that you have added. So you can add stocks here. Then you can add fixed income. In this case, you can add the information about his customers' fixed deposits, the recurring deposits, the bonds. In this case, you can go here and add all these details by mentioning the few details. And if you have more optional data that you want to put in, you can add these. Now, everywhere, what we have tried to do is, we have put in a linked bank account kind of an option, where once you generate that linked bank account, that will be used in the future when we have a cash flow determined, where in this case, if you see that there is a cash flow defined, so if I want to understand only the cash flows that are going out, or there is cash inflow coming in into the system of one bank, I will be able to segregate those between the banks also. So that's something that we have added. And you can also do nominations for each this. You can add that if suppose you're mapping this goal to some of the you're mapping this asset to some of the goal, you can mention that this particular asset has been mapped to a car goal. So that is something where as a description you can mention. So when I am actually checking this, I am seeing that in the description I can see that this particular asset has been mapped to a car goal that way. So map to a car goal is something as in description you can add. You can add any other description that you want to also cater into. Then there is recurring deposits, there is bonds. Now what we have tried to do here is that we have tried to take it maximum details in the system as much as we can. Once we take in the basic details, the system calculates those details, but most importantly we will be using all these calculations or calculated amounts, which is like the coupon payments, the maturity payments, the current valuations and everything. We'll be using it in the planning stage, where we'll be utilizing all these amounts to calculate the goals and generate the gap or the investment demands. So that is where all the data gathering has to be done through these forms. And you can see that data is reflecting here, but there is a lot of detailed data that you can see here that has been added here. In this case, if you want to do this data gathering on a very faster note, you can just contact the customer, or maybe if he's a lead, you can ask him that this is the method of financial planning that we have been doing, and you need to give me all the data, and you can ask him to keep all the records ready. Records in the sense that when you visit him, you need to do a data gathering where it is a most important and crucial part, which also takes a lot of time lag when the customer is not giving you the data, or the data takes a lot of time because it's really scattered, and it's really time consuming where the customer does not have time. So what you can also do is you can ask the customer to keep those documents ready. You can go to him, you can click the photographs, and once you click the photographs, you can upload those photographs here. Once you upload those files here, that will be visible in the document vault, where the document will be ready for viewing for him also, for sharing, downloading, and for you also, where you can just refer to those documents and have a good data entry on those fronts. So you can just gather the data by clicking those photographs through the mobile app, or maybe from your mobile phone, and you can save it on the document vault, and maybe you or your team can enter all these data and do this quickly. So the whole part of data gathering is something which is the most crucial and important part in the initial phase, where you gather about real estate, about retirement accounts, about small savings schemes, all kinds of small savings schemes, the cash and bank, the commodities, and the other assets. If in case you are missing out on any Indian assets and you want to add more, where it could be an international policy, or it is an international asset that you want to add, you can add it in other assets. So this is where you need to do the complete data gathering of assets. Then you can add all the data gathering of the all kinds of loans that the customer may have. It could be home loan, vehicle loan, education loan. So all kinds of loans that you can add it from here. So you can just go to the edit part. You can maybe check or maybe add those data from here. So these are the kinds of the data entry. You can add transactions in this format if you have the complete historical transactions of his prepayments and everything, because the system also generates a there's a detailed view section here, where the system also generates an amortization table, where you come to know what is the principal and interest payment that he is paying here. So this is the whole data gathering portion, where you will be able to do on the liability front, you'll be able to add all kinds of loans that we'll be using for the planning section. So yeah, so meanwhile, this amortization sheet is generated, and you will be able to see that this amortization sheet is having the whole breakup of the balance of the loan, the principal, the interest, and also the scheduled payments that are going. And if there are any prepayment that you add in transactions, you'll be able to add that. So here in the transaction option, when you're adding, you will have the option to add the transactions where the payment has been made, and accordingly you can have the reset of the number of years of the loan, or maybe the EMI gets reset. So what we have also tried to do is whenever you enter a loan details, the system will automatically calculate the EMI for you to help on those fronts. Then on the insurance section, you'll have all the kinds of insurance mentioned here. So there is a term plan, there's a traditional plan, there is a unit link plan that you'll be able to add. All kinds of these plans, once you add it, the system will help you to do the insurance planning, which I'll show you very soon. So in this case, you'll be able to add all kinds of policy with all these details mentioned here. You can add the key details here, where it could be the asset allocation between, in case of unit link plans, it could be the debt and equity asset allocation, the amount that he's invested in debt and equity. Then you can use a surrender value, you can use the current risk score. Now these the system automatically calculates, but if you want a specific amount to be mentioned which is accurate, you will be able to mention it here on the current risk score part and the surrender value part. Now these amounts the system will consider in the insurance planning part. In case of assume rate of return, the system will automatically cater the returns that we have mentioned in the global settings. But if you want some policies to be different, where they're performing at a different rate of interest, you mention here and the system will capture that and it will calculate. So this is important as a data input in case of insurance planning. Then you can add the cash flows. It could be the cash flows in the format of survival benefit, maturity, or annuity, and you can enter the amounts. Now this is something which you will be able to see once you gather this. You'll be able to map these policies and their cash flows, cash inflows, to the goals which will help you to generate a requirement of the investment that is supposed to be done, or the gap that is to be invested. Then these are the two things that are very important on those fronts. In case of health insurance, you can just mention his existing health insurance policies, and when you're planning for health insurance, you can just use these policies for planning. So this is how you'll be able to mention all the kinds of policies here. It includes life and general insurance both. So all you need to do is get all these data gathering intact in place for the customer. Once you have all this data gathered, then you go to the plan section. In the case of plan section, now you see that there is a subsection which is called as profile, insurance, and goals. Now in this case, you'll see under the profile, there is a subsection called as income, expenses, and financial plans. Now in case of income, you will be able to add all as income. So if suppose in this case, you want to do a budgeting part where you want to understand what is the income and what is the expenses and what actually he will be able to invest. So very soon we are coming up with a chart where we will be able to come up, we will be able to see that what is the cash or the budget part, where is the cash flow summary, where you'll be able to see what is the exact investment that he is able to make out of income minus expenses. So here, these are the various types of incomes that you'll be able to add. So there is an add button here, where once you go, you'll be able to select which family member you want to add this income for. So it is, for example, mine, or maybe my spouse, or maybe my father. Wherever there is income of the family member, you just select that and you press to the next. Once you do that, you need to select what kind of income the person has or the family has. And you say there is a salaried income, there is a rental income. So once you select this, the next would be that you start adding a detailed breakup of that income. Now in the system, what we have tried to do is we have gone into so much of detail so that the system gives you really a benchmark where these are the minimum details or the minimum data gathering that you need to do in this front, so that you get a good output of the plan. So here there is an option where in case of salary, the detailing that we have gone to will be like, you can put in a complete net in hand that he's receiving, or if you want to go with a breakup where the salary components are forming part of basic allowances, perquisites, reimbursements, or retirals, or anything else, you'll be able to break out those things. And there is a list already being provided for you to not just get stressed out on what could be those components be, and you can just multiply select those components here and add them here on those fronts. So there are allowances like house rent, special allowance, all those allowances, maximum allowances, whatever are possible, we have added here. Then there are perquisites, all those things have been added, reimbursements have been added, the retirals have been added. Then there are others, if anything that is missed out still, you can add those here. So these are the kinds of detailings that you'll be able to do for the customer's income. Then the income style, where whether the income is a stable income or it's an erratic one. This helps in planning. So when we are coming up with a life cash flow will be coming to a point where if it's an erratic one, then how much you want to discount that by at the future rate, future date, where right now it's a stable income, or if it's an erratic one where it's continuously changing and you never know, then you want to plan it for the future years. So those changes and all will be applying it in the form of the life cash flow that will be coming up. Then you can select whether the income continues till what, retirement, lifetime, or the number of years that you want to mention. It maybe 10 years is this I want to assume at this point of time. Then the income growth rate is something that you can mention, where in case of life cash flow, the system will help you to keep on inflating it, or maybe calculating the income growth rate accordingly. Then there is an income period where, for example, you want to mention that the income right now I'm considering. So for example, in this case, you want to consider it from Jan to December. Now this is very important because in this case what happens is that every customer may not come at the start of the year or the end of the year. It may not be always April to March, or it may not always be Jan to December. So in this case, when you're actually mentioning about a year, so this is something where you need to mention that the income period is from Jan 21 to Jan 2022, where from the date you have started planning. So this is something where your life cash flow will also start. So if you want to maybe mention that the income is being gathered, or the income that I'm considering is for an older date, which is maybe I want to start it from April of this last year, and then April to March of this year. So I can just consider that this is the kind of income that I've considered. And once there is a review that is happening, you need to then review this income from April onwards next year, that way. So that is something as the income period that you can cater upon. Then you can mention about next appraisal, the next appraisal dates, where customer may have various dates of that appraisals. So it could be somewhere some may have appraisal in April, some may have in July. That way you can mention those appraisal dates. Then if the customer is expecting a bonus, so he may have a tentative timelines where the bonuses are being paid in the month of September, or maybe a specific month, you can mention. And he may have a specific idea written into and these bonuses are typically written into the CTCs maybe, so you can assume those here. You can link if there is a salary account, you can link that this income is coming to this account, and there may be some description about his maybe you just write down that this income is from. So if he has multiple incomes, like he's salaried but he's a director and he's working with 2-3 companies, you can mention that this particular income is coming from one company, and there is something else, the other salary income that you mentioned is something which is coming from the other income, that way. So this is where you will be able to add the various types of income. In this case, for example, if there is a rental income, I can just select rental income, and I just need to mention the monthly amount that is getting, and the similar, all the other details remain the same. So once you add this income, the system will reflect, and all that income as a total, you will be able to see it here. Now, coming on to the next section, you'll be able to see that there is a expenses that you'll be able to mention here. So in this case of expenses, there are 2 portions that we have actually segregated into. One is you'll be able to see there is a budget section, and there is other is a transaction section. Now, in case of budget, what exactly this means is that when I'm meeting the customer for the first time, I will sit with him, and I'll define and I'll take all the expenses types of, or the categories of expenses that he is actually doing, expending every year or every month. So here I need to just go to the section of add the budget, where I can select from this complete list. So we have given the complete list also again available here, where you can just select on the kinds of expenses he may have, the amount, the frequency about these expenses. It could be daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. It could be from which date to which date. So for example, if your planned start date, like you're mentioning about the income also, you're starting from maybe September of this year, and you take it till the August of next year. So you may start that these expenses recording are from September onwards. Then it continues till what, like there may be some expenses which you may want to say that this will continue till retirement. Some expenses maybe till lifetime, some maybe for some number of years, or some maybe for number of times, where you just mention that these are, I need to pay something which is for 20 installments or something like that. Then the payment mode, usually just for this usually is for the information where these expenditures are through cash or credit or through debit. The family member who's actually expending this, like for example, it may happen that if the father is independent and he's still working, he may be expending on the society bills or the maintenance parts and everything, and the son may be taking or contributing on some other kind of expenses. So you may just mention family member wise, if you want, that these are the expenses whom is taking care of that. and you can link the accounts where, where from which account this money is going, if it is through debit cards or through the credit cards or something like that. So this is where you'll be able to add those budgets. So I have added few budgets here, like, you see that there is a food and groceries of 25,000 is the budget that I have created. And now during the whole year, there is an option that you keep, reviewing the customer maybe quarterly or half yearly, and you keep taking these actual expenses from him, so which you can put it in the transaction sections. So in this case, for example, in this case, you took some transactions for this last calendar year. Yeah. So you just add those last calendar year, or maybe the expenses for the last quarter. So in this case, suppose I go and I say that, okay, on this particular date, I actually choose a time on this case, and I just say that in food and groceries, I spend only 20,000. Okay. And I just say that the payment mode was debit card, and all the other details who spent it. And once I add those details here, what happens is that the system will start evaluating whether, in this case, what is the progress. Like, for example, in this case, I have just added, the expenses that I was probably expecting while budgeting was 75,000, but I spent only 60,000. So that is something which is on the transaction part, where you'll be able to see that the the expenses have been in this case, the spend was less. So I'll just go to this quarter. Yeah. So you'll be able to filter this on the calendar year part, where there are various kinds of expenses that I've actually mentioned this month. Yeah. So you'll be seeing in this month, I've mentioned this month expenses that I've mentioned. I've seen that 25,000 is something that I was a budgeted for, and I have expended, the spend is for me is right now 20,000 in this case, and I have not spent. I have not spent 20% of that, so I've saved 20%, and the expenses have been only 80%. So similarly, you can also maybe if your customer is technology savvy, and he is also very much active, and he wants to mention his transactions on a regular basis, he'll be able to do this. And so the end of the year, when you're reviewing, you come to know. So this also becomes a very important discussion point with your customer, where whatever you had planned and actually you expended, this becomes a discussion point where if he's overshot his budget, that becomes a discussion point where he is losing on the investments or the savings part, and how it can hamper his goal achievement program and everything. So this becomes a very good way of making him understand that why it is not good to spend so much, or if he's saving more and he spent less, then it becomes an appreciation for him, where you can just acknowledge for that, and you can tell him that now this year we can save more on those fronts. So that is how you'll be able to add income and expenses here. The third segment is on the financial plans. Now this financial plan is purely about a PDF generation. Now what this exactly means is that once your planning is done, you'll be able to generate a PDF file. I'll take this at the end, so that once we cover the goal planning and insurance planning, you'll come to know exactly how this plan gets generated. So now coming on to the next ones. So as a flow, I have added all the, I've done the risk profiling for the customer. Then I have added all the assets, liabilities, and insurance policies in the portfolio section. And then I have also added income expenses for the customer. Now after adding the income and expenses, budgeted expenses, now what I need to do is add goals. In the goal section, again, I'll just try to put in a goal for this particular customer, which is around 60 and a lakh of rupees, 20%. Selected for post-retirement. I want to have new business, which is 50 lakh rupees. Second innings test. So I just save this, and the goal gets added. Now, as we saw the goal already, now I'll show you the allocations part. So now in the case of allocations, you'll be able to see that these are the allocations or the portfolio section. We have mentioned all the assets, where he has a real estate, he has an employee provident fund, and he has provident fund. So this I'll be able to map it on this front, where I can just drag and drop and save this here. So I just can put this particular goal here and map it across, and the asset got allocated to this goal. And now this is like 100% allocated. So this 0% available, and these two assets are 100% available. So this is how I'll be able to do the asset mapping in this case. And now what is happening is that the current value of this EPF is 2,79,000, but the maturity value would be this much, because the way we have mentioned about his income and the way it will keep on progressing, the corpus that would be accumulated in his EPF would be approximately this amount. So right now it is so minimum amount right now. That's why it's showing you 0%. It is less than 1%. So 2.8 lakh rupees has been achieved, and this is the amount that he needs to still invest. Then if I want to allocate one more, like for example, I just go and allocate real estate here. So I can just drag and drop the real estate here, and the real estate amount will also get allocated here. So once I allocate this particular asset here, in this case, that real estate amount also got allocated, which is 95.74 lakhs as on today. And it does not have a maturity, but this is something where 14% of his goal achieved, which is 98 lakh rupees, combination of both of them. So the requirement now for his equity and debt asset allocation is 0. So I mean, this is something where, if he's investing this, he's kept this invested as such, then there is no requirement as such. This particular corpus will grow to his retirement corpus, where the requirement is completely 0. Now here I can just change the asset allocation, where I say that I just want to allocate 50% of this asset because I want to use it somewhere else. So I just say I want to use 50% of this. So it will reduce the amount by 50% and then show you a requirement. So that is where only 50 lakh rupees is being allocated, and it's achieved by 7%, and the equity and debt requirement is that way changed. I can also remove the allocation and change. So I can make permutation and combinations when I'm preparing goals. So when I'm preparing 4-5 goals, I can just keep making those permutation combinations, and that way I can go forward. Then I can also allocate MF, which is mutual funds, where also in case of mutual funds, I'll be able to allocate the SIPs, STPs from here. And I can also choose what kind of allocation that I want to put in. So for example, in this case, I say that I want to allocate this low duration fund of Aditya Birla. And that particular amount I have allocated to this particular, and I want to unallocate, I can do it from here, or I want to edit the allocation percentage, I can do it from here, this section. So this is where I have done the allocation here, and that got added to the goal, and again the requirement has gone up to 8% from 7, and the requirements have changed. This is how I'll be able to do the allocations of mutual funds and the existing portfolio section, whatever assets, liabilities, and insurance policies that you add. In the section of key info, you'll see that all the details of this particular goal, in this case, where the present value, future value, the debt equity allocation required in case of lump sum and monthly. Then in case of edit goal, now I have added the goal, but I want to just change. In case of change, I want to change this monthly expenses to maybe now not reduced by 20%, and I want to keep it at around 1 lakh same. I can do it from here. I can change the savings date, start date, and savings end date. So for example, in this case, I've considered from day 1 to end of the year of the retirement. So in this case, you can change that. The customer says that, okay, I'll not start investing now, but I may invest after a year for this goal. So you can just change those dates. You can change the retirement date again from here. The life expectancy age or the date, you can change it from here. And you can also select whether you want it to show in the breakup format or no breakup format. So what this exactly means is this equity asset debt allocation of requirement will change when I save it to no breakup. So for example, I say I save it, and what has happened is, in this case, this particular goal will show you a consolidated amount of total amount of debt and equity. And when I go to edit goal again, I can change it back to breakup part. So that is where you can do this. Then freeze calculation. When you check this freeze calculation, what happens is that this amount will freeze, like whatever is the requirement of debt and equity investments in lump sum monthly, that will freeze. And as per the valuation of the mutual funds or stocks and all, the amount will not keep on increasing or decreasing. So there was a lot of this requirement in the earlier platform that people used to ask, advisors used to ask, is that my requirement is coming up sometimes. So I have made a goal, and I made sure that he's investing the same amount as per the requirement of the goal. But now suddenly the markets went down, so the goal is showing a requirement still to invest. So that way, if you freeze this calculation here, that amounts of investments will not change, the requirement will not change. Then you can rename the goal notes can be edited from here. And if you don't want to show this goal, and even you don't want to delete it, you can archive this goal so that the customer is not able to see. Then there is an asset allocation. Now here in this case, this asset allocation is the global setting asset allocation that has already been taken as per the number of years of this goal, and the asset allocation as per the risk profiling. But you can individually go and change this asset allocation goal wise, you individual wise, that way. Then the returns and inflation, there is a global setting already there, where there is already a mentioned amount or the assumption on the returns part. But here, if you want to come and change those, you can change this from here. So you can just go here and just change this returns to maybe 12% if you want in equity, that way. So that is where all the changes and everything that we'll be able to add it from here. Now, coming on to, there is a section of calculators that we have provided in this case. Now I'll show you a demonstrator calculator in this case. So for example, I have a goal of buying a house. which is maybe, after 10 years, and the house value is maybe 1 crore, dream house. And again, I want to have a bungalow or maybe an apartment. So it's kind of a apartment. I save this goal. Now, what will happen is the system will come up with this goal and it will show you that, okay, the goal future value that you need to buy, like, is only 14 lakh rupees. So I'll just go and edit this goal. All right. So it's a 1 crore goal, 1 crore house that I want to buy, and the year of purchase will be 2026. So I need to have at least 1.39 crores. So the debt and equity allocation that I need to do for savings is in the monthly format, and a lump sum format is being reflecting here. Now, what I can do is, in this case, I may not always have the full amount ready, and I may want to go and take a loan. So, for example, in this case, I have a calculator option here where I can add it to the goal, and I say that, okay, the monthly income for this particular customer is 50,000, income growth rate is around 7%, and other EMIs he already is paying is around 10,000, and loan he wants to take is around 50 lakh rupees. So the balance is something that he'll do on payment. The loan in tenure will be 20 years and the loan interest rate will be approximately 8%. So I just calculated that loan requirement, and now once I calculate that loan requirement, I just add it to the goal. So when I add it to the goal, what happens is this particular EMI calculator get added to this particular place. Yeah. So now what happened is that the system has considered that 50 lakhs would be achieved by taking a loan. So 36% of this goal has been progressed, and it is showing that this loan amount will be, this amount will be there as per in the goal. And now I can also add, alternatively, I can add for further allocations of the assets and everything. So for example, in this case, this particular real estate is available. I can just drag and drop this here, where I'll use this real estate also for allocating my goal. So in this case, that's 50 lakh rupees balance amount is I'm going to sell this house. And so now I need to only invest 15,000 rupees in this goal. That is how, the system will prompt you on 72% is achieved. And now customer needs to save on a realistic value, he needs to save only this much amount that way. Then the second calculator that we have is a cost of delay calculator, where you can tell the customer that if you delay your investment, starting to investment by 1 year, by 2 year or 3 year, or maybe for 4 years, you can just see that the way the investments that you will be able to right now you just need to invest this much, but over a period of time you will be investing a higher amount. So that is where when you add this to the goal, this particular calculator gets added to the goal, and you'll see that this is a good information or a discussion point with the customer, that the more you delay, the more amount you'll have to pay in this front, the more saving that you'll have to do in this case that way. So this is how we have built a goal planning tool in this case. I can download individually these reports. I can delete the goal from here. So that is about goal planning in this case. You can add multiple other goals. I'll just take you through one of the goal which is different, which is a vacation goal. Now in this case, 2031 to 41, I want to go to vacation, but I want to go maybe an international vacation every 2 years. So that is where I can add this goal like correspondingly. It could be every 3 years also, and I want to spend maybe 10 lakh rupees on that goal. Yeah, and it could be international vacation. World trip, and I save this goal. So what happens, the system automatically considers that your requirement for that particular goal would be 1.09 crores, and you will require this cash flow. And in the case of in a key info, you will be able to see that in this year, in this year, in this year, and this year, like every 3 years, like almost 4 times you will require 10 lakh rupees each. The future value is this, and you need to save for each goal. The breakup of the investment is this amount, and the total is something which is you need to start investing from now onwards. So you can just go and change edit the goal with the returns, asset allocation, with the inflation, everything you can consider. So now since the goal tenure is very short term, it is considered into 50-50. But if you want to still change it to maybe equity would be only 20 and this wants to be 80, you can just save and you can save this goal. So the system will automatically recalculate on how much amount has to be saved in this case. So this is where the requirement has changed, where debt has increased and equity is reduced. So this is how you'll be able to do the goal planning for your customers for all these types of goals that way. Now coming on to the insurance planning. So typically you can add an insurance planning. So I'll again go to Sonesh and do this insurance planning because I've added a lot of details in Sonesh. I think I've not added income expense. So you will need income expenses to be added specifically and other asset classes to be added in the goal. So I'll go to Sonesh again. And I'll go in the plan section again, and I'm right now in insurance planning. Now, insurance planning has been designed where life insurance planning can be done on a need-based analysis. Now, what I need to do is when I don't have any insurance policies or any insurance planning done, I'll see an empty dashboard here where I just need to go and add. So I just need to select what kind of insurance I want to plan for. So in this case, I've selected I want to add insurance planning for one of the family member, which is now spouse in this case. So I just need to select what kind of insurance planning I need to do in this case. So what I will do is I'll just delete this in this case. So before deleting, I'll just show you, once I want to add this. So I just need to select one I'll add for my spouse in this case. I want to do insurance planning for my spouse. So insurance planning, life insurance planning for my spouse is right now ready, which is, the total coverage required is only 10 lakh rupees. Now, why this is showing 10 lakh rupees is because I have not added her income and the goals and everything. So now in this case, I just need to mention for whom, if anything happens to her, whom the money should go. So the dependent is maybe my name, husband, retirement age is 60 and life expectancy is 80. Okay. Okay, this is retirement age. I forgot. I've done the opposite part. So the system will automatically start calculating. So in this case, I need to mention year 80. So now once I mention the dependents, life expectancy and the retirement age, the system is started to calculate the need analysis now. Now you will see that the system has already considered the liabilities here. So in this case, I can see in the need analysis, I have the system will automatically select that if anything happens to the insured person, the amount of money that comes to the dependent will include the home loan amount for repayment, the vehicle amount loan amount for repayment, the education loan amount for repayment. So that is where you can just uncheck this, and if you don't want to add this, or you want to say that I want to, since the loan is very near term, I just want to consider 50% of this. So you can just go and edit the percentage of this loan also from here. So once I do this, I can just save it. Then there is dependent needs in this case. So it is considered, there is some life insurance premium that I need to keep paying. Then I need to have living expenses which are tuned to this amount that I need to keep it behind. Then goals to be met. Now in this case, I have not added any goals in our name, so that's why you are not able to see the goals, but it will consider the goal amount also. Then so considering the total of all these three, the total insurance required is actually 2.5 crores and less the continuous income. Now, for example, I'm earning and I'm going to earn a rental and a salaried income, so my requirement reduces. Then I already have my wife already has an insurance of 10 lakh rupees, so that also gets reduced. And also there is an existing asset which is worth of around 3.5 crores, which includes all these things. So my insurance requirement is actually negative, which is minus 5.90. So I need not have any insurance. So in this case, what happens is when I do this, it shows me an insurance requirement. But in this case, I'll show you in case of Sonesh, what has happened is in the case of need analysis, it has considered my spouse's retirement age and the life expectancy, the liabilities that we have, the dependent needs, insurance premiums and living expenses. I can just also check on these, whether I want to consider these or not. If suppose I am not there, then obviously the petrol and diesel expenses would be down by some percentage, or I don't want to consider them at all. Then the goals to be met, I have these goals to be met for my family member. So that is considered to be around 4.85. Then the gross life insurance requirement is actually 7.63 crores, which you can see it here. But in this case, there is a continuous income source for me and my spouse, Then there is existing insurance that I already have of 30 lakh rupees. Existing assets that I already have is for these kind of assets that I have. So I can just say that I don't want to consider the real estate of my mother's name or my father's name or some assets that I don't want to consider. I can do that. But additional life insurance, if I consider everything, the system is showing that it is around 85 lakh rupees. And I can just mention about some notes that what kind of insurance planning we have done. This is a need based insurance planning, and I just want to save it. So once I do this, the system has generated an insurance requirement, that is the total coverage required is around 7.63 crores, out of which now if I consider everything, the system is saying that I need to buy at least 85 lakh rupees of additional insurance. So that is the step one. So this is the step one of need based analysis, where the system has told me what exactly insurance I need to buy, the customer needs to buy. Now the second step is you can see the reflect the planner notes here, where you have added these planner notes. Now the second step is that okay, I want to suggest him a policy. So in case of suggesting a policy, you see that there is a suggested policy here, which is HDFC Click to Protect. So what I can do is I can just right now go and delete this. Okay, I have deleted this. Okay, so there is no suggested policy. I can go to the suggested policies and I can say that I want to just suggest a HDFC Click to Protect, which is whatever. So it's a term plan maybe. The premium will be 30,000. The frequency is yearly. So the sum assured would be for maybe around 50 lakh, 1 crore. The tenure would be 40 years, and implementation date, I feel that by at least March 31st, you should buy. And this is a recommended option. So for example, if you have the details of that plan, if you have any kind of a PDF, or you have a comparison chart, you can just include these comparison chart between 4 companies, and you say that this is something which is recommended. Out of the 4 companies, this is my recommended option, and you can just save it. So out of 4 companies, so you just give him a quotation and you mention about his premium details and everything here, and you just save this. Once you save this, this particular suggested policy gets added here as a term plan. So overall, if you see with the type of coverage that I need and all, 85 lakhs is something that I need, and I'm asking me to buy a 1 crore of policy, where once the policy is bought and it reflects in the planning in the portfolio section, and you map it here, it will show that the 100% the policy status is 100% achieved, and there is no insurance to be bought. Now where that will come is it'll come in here, where the list of policies automatically get reflected. So I have 3 policies here which are the there on the system in the portfolio section. Now these 3 policies which I have, I need to put an advice. Now from here we are starting to come up with a module which is a consent based advice mechanism. So we have already released this and we are coming up with this. So here what you can do is you can just go and come and recommend here. So for example, I say that I right now delete this particular policy. Okay, so once I delete this policy, I have these 2 policies here. So I also delete this particular policy. 2 policies I've deleted, and I can go to recommend on current policies. So first I went and did the need analysis. Then I suggested one policy on those fronts, that how much you need to have, which policy I am recommending you to buy. And then I need to also give advice on the existing policies. So recommendations on current policies, I'll have to go here. And here I'll see all the policies that I have added in the portfolio section. So now I can just click here and say, I want this person and this particular customer to continue this policy, and you mention the rationale. This policy is giving good returns. Okay, so this is the rationale that I give, and the advice status is given, and advice date is today, and I save this. So I've added one advice here, which is continue. Then I say that, okay, this particular policy is I want to surrender. So book profits as the markets are high. So any rationale you can mention here, the status, the implementation date. So when you want him to surrender, so maybe you want him to surrender immediately or at least in next 1 month. So you give a timelines and you mention the surrender value. So I say that there is a correct surrender value which is there of around 3 lakh rupees. And so I'll just do it again. Just save one and come back again. So I'm loading the data again, recommendation of current policies. Yeah, so this particular policy is mentioned as continue. And I want to surrender this. Implementation date would be this date and around 3 lakh rupees, and I save this. So once I save this, it's got successfully added to the plan, and I can see 1 minute. Yeah, so I just save this here. So once I save this, all these advices have been saved here. So I have just given this advice. Now, so this is where I'll be able to do the life insurance planning. Now I can do a health insurance planning also, and I'll show you the advice consent mechanism which we are releasing very soon. So in this case, I'll go to a health insurance policy where I can see that in case of health insurance policies, I need to port one policy. So I'll just delete this at this point of time. So now I'll also delete this one. So now I need to do a health insurance planning. So in case of health insurance, I just need to select the health insurance. I want to maybe see one of the options that I can directly go and suggest a new policy. So I just need to mention that what kind of policy I want to suggest. So I suggest you to buy an, so the customer may not have an insurance policy at all. So I'm just coming and telling him that you need to buy a health insurance because of this reason, because a standalone policy, health policy is important. Okay. Standalone policy is important, and you say that you buy it at least in this financial year by this month, and you proceed. And you just mention about what kind of policy. So step 2 is that I need to mention what kind of policy he needs to buy. So I say that, okay, you need to buy for you, the plan type will be a floater policy, and it can be a standard policy. And I can say you buy it for yourself. You include your spouse in that. You include your child in that. Okay. And the sum assured should be at least 25 lakh rupees. The name of the insurer would be anything like HDFC. So it could be HDFC or ICICI. Protect. Plan name would be Health Plus. Then premium would be around 30,000, and this is a recommended option, and you proceed and save it. So this is something that you just want to advise him to buy this policy. So you can just go and advise this policy that he needs to buy if he does not have any policy. And suppose he has a policy. So for example, I have added this, and I want to suggest one more policy. So now in this case, I want to suggest a policy which is a critical illness policy. So I just I can add it separately. Or I need to add a top-up policy. So in this case, I can just go and tell him that you need to buy a top-up policy also, and I need to mention what kind of top-up policy he needs to buy. So once I do this and I save it, that particular policy gets added. So what happens is that in case of health insurance, this particular policy has been added, which is recommended option. Now there is one more thing that I can do is advise on existing policies. So I go to the health insurance part and I select. So I have added a health insurance policy already in the system. Now this is 2 policies that I have. So I can say that, okay, this particular policy is an individual policy which you are paying, which is for 5 lakh rupees, and you are only covered. So I just want to add a recommendation on that. So I just say that, okay, this is the policy that I have. I want to add an advice to that. In this case, I want to tell him to put the policy, change the plan and company with family members included. Okay. And so I just give him this advice, and I tell him that you implement it before March because of tax saving. And the second step is, again, I mention what kind of policy he needs to buy. So I tell him that out of individual, you go for a standard policy, which is a floater, and add your family members. So which is, I add these 2 family members right now for quickly showing it to you. And you increase it from 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees. And it could be HDFC, Optima, 25 1000. Yeah, and this is also a recommended option, and I just save it. So this is something that I've added, and I save it. So this is something, I've added on the health insurance part, where I've recommended two things. One is port this policy and buy a new one on this front. That is where. So I've added these kind of recommendations. So this is where you'll be able to do planning for your all kind of insurance policies, which includes your life, health, critical, personal accident, home insurance, fire, and motor insurance. So you can give recommendations on whether you want to continue, port it, discontinue, stop paying premiums, all kind of advice, and the rationale that you'll be able to add on that front. Now I'll take you to a section which is actually not been released. That's the last part that I want to show you, and then we'll be open for questions. So we'll go to my development center. So in this case, what you will be able to now start doing after this is released is you'll be able to take a consent from the customer for whatever advice that you're giving. So am I audible, and is the screen visible? Please raise your hand, because I think there's some net issue. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I am on the development center right now, and I'm going to demonstrate right now how the advice consent mechanism is going to work. So I'm going to Sonesh again. I'm in the plan section, and in the plan section, you'll see this is the insurance planning, right? So I've added these goals right now. Just right now, I added these goals, okay? And I have added the advice on these existing policies, okay? And I've added one. So right now I'm in the life insurance analysis, and I've added one suggested one policy to buy new, and I've added advice on existing policies for two to surrender, two to continue and one to surrender. Okay. So now there will be an advice consent mechanism that is going to be functional, which we'll be able to see in the activity section. Now, in the case of activity section, there is a section called as advice. Okay, right now you'll be able to see only note section, because all these other things are inactive because it's under production. But there will be an advice section here, where whatever advice you give on these policies or on the assets and everything, like for example, you see right now it's only life and general insurance. So here you will see that there is no there is an advice given on these policies, HDFC PruSmart and HDFC SL Crest, which is given, right? So this is the advice section, where advice given policies, or maybe in future date in the goal planning, if you advise on fixed deposits, when you're mapping it to the goal, when you're advising on the fixed deposit, that you want the customer to continue this policy, or you want or a fixed deposit, or you want him to surrender the withdraw the fixed deposit and map it to some other investments. So that when you produce that advice on the system, that advice will come and get parked here. So it will park here, where you'll be able to see that these are the traditional policies that I have, and the advice has been given. So your advice status is given, and here one is accepted. So now what has happened is, once the advice comes here, now for example, now I advise for this and this particular policy just now, and I want to take a consent for that. So I just need to go here on the top left side, and there's an action. In action, I want to request for consent. So I just need to click on this. There is an email format already that is getting produced, and you will be able to just check this and send it across to the customer. Okay. So once I do this and send this, so you will see that this advice email has been sent to the customer, and right now the advice is given in this case, and here also it is given. Okay. So now I'm just checking my inbox. Okay. As a customer, I have received this email from the advisor for consent of this advice, where this is the ready-made email format or template with the link of the URL of clicking where I need to go and give the consent. So I just click to this link. I'm being taken to the portal where I need to give the consent. So this is the page which opens up, and these are the two advice which has been given by the advisor, and I just need to check whether I am accepting, and this I am declining, and I just press it OK, and the consent has been updated. So once I do this, what happens is on the system here, once I refresh this, so I'll just do it again. Maybe I think I just close that. Request for consent, proceed. I received this email. On this email, I have just mentioned about the advice where I have, okay, I selected all of them. Okay. And one I am declining, and I'm pressing OK. Consent updated. And I just need to make sure. So I'll just come to this section. Okay, so I think, so this is under the whole idea where, it's under production where this particular advice, once accepted, it actually has to come and update here. So once it's getting updated here, you will have a log of all the advices that have been given, that have been accepted, or that has been declined. And from here, you'll be able to push this to the action plan and then take an action on that. So you can allocate. So we are, working on the complete flow in this case. And here, also, one more thing that will happen is in the case of deployments, you'll see a section of deployments where if suppose you have already given an advice on fixed deposit, but you have asked the customer to continue that fixed deposit, that particular fixed deposit, whenever it is maturing, so suppose it is maturing after 1 year, that particular fixed deposit will come and park here for you to actually deploy. So you need to just check here, that particular fixed deposit will reflect here, and you need to give an advice on that now where do you want the fixed deposit to be reinvested that way. So that is how the whole loop of this consent mechanism will come across, and that is where you will be able to advise to the customers. Yeah. So I have completed my demo for today for financial planning. Let's have question and answer sessions now started. And today I'll be making sure that everybody's question get again answered, and let's have one-on-one, like a discussion one-on-one. So I'll allow to talk. Just please raise your hands on the questions. Yeah. Yeah. So Vijay, I have allowed you to talk. Yeah, Vijay. Okay, one section I just forgot. 1 minute. I'll just go back. Yeah, just one section that I was supposed to actually come and show you is the financial plan PDF generation. Yeah. So in case of financial plan PDF generation, this is the section under profile. You see under income, expenses, and financial plan. Here you will be able to generate a financial plan. So what you need to do is you need to go and add a financial plan. Here modules available will be plan, portfolio, and templates. Now in this case, I can select what kind of templates I want to have. So in case of financial planning, I want to have this as a cover page. So I just can add this as a cover page. I want to add this kind of life phases in the plan. I want to add a financial planning process in the plan. Okay. So these are the kind of templates I have added in the financial planning section. In case of, quotes, I want to add a goal without a plan. I want to add this quote in the plan. And then in case of miscellaneous, I want to add a welcome note. I want to add a disclaimer. So now these are the things that I've added in the plan. Now disclaimer can be at the end. Welcome note will be after the index. The financial planning one will be first. Okay. And that is how, I'll be able to maybe select on what page I want to display first. Then on the portfolio section, I can say in the plan, I want to include the portfolio of the mutual funds, the life insurance portfolio, the general insurance portfolio, then the liabilities portfolio. So these are the kinds of, all kind of portfolio sections I'll be able to add each of them. And then in case of plan, I can add I want to add insurance planning. I want to add profile section, which is there. I want to add all the goals in this case. So in case of goals, I want to select the goals in this case. Then the risk profiling part. Then I want to add notes, all the notes that I've taken up. In case of customer wise, I want to add notes. So I just can select this and I can generate a plan. Once I generate a plan, there is a PDF that gets generated and I can save it across. So whenever I have done this, so every year I can just generate a plan and save it. So my old plans will be available for me for references, and I can just go and refer to the old plans also. It gets saved in the system. Now this PDF plan which you generate here and you save it, automatically also gets saved in the document vault in the plan section. So this is the plan generation that is happening. It is taking some time, but this is the whole PDF generation that you can do. In this case, you can also generate a complete set of all the. You just want to have a plan which is without a financial planning module, without the goals and all. You can add only the portfolio sections, or you can have only plan sections. So this is the PDF that is got generated, and you can see that the life phases. This could be the cover page, so you can put it across the first page. Welcome note, the life phases, and the disclaimers, then the portfolios, life insurance, the summary report, and also this becomes like completely all your goals and everything gets added, and you can just send it across to the customer. So this is the life insurance planning part that gets added that way. So your health insurance planning, your risk profiling. So you need to you can send the risk profiling to the customer also in this case. So all these things get added to this. So this is how you'll be able to generate a financial plan also. Yeah. So we can again start with the questions. Yeah. So yeah, Vijay, I had allowed you to talk. You have any questions?
Hey, hi.
Hi.
I mean, first of all, like it's a great platform. I've been using it for the last version and the previous version. So the third version looks pretty good. Thanks for this. And my question is this: I think all this planning, right? So far, what you have shown, like, can we start using them now? Is it ready? I mean, because we have access to that now. Can we start using that now?
Goal planning is ready. You can start using. Insurance planning is also ready. Consent-based mechanisms is something that we are going to release in next 10-15 days.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Nothing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Minesh.
Hi, Sonesh.
Hi, Minesh.
So basically, what I was asking, what is the parameters we will change? It will be across all the. It will the changes will be across all the clients or the customized.
See, there are two. You're talking about the assumptions, right? The asset allocation and everything.
Yes.
So in the global settings, which I showed you in the settings section, there is a preferences under plan. That is global settings, which we'll use for everybody. Whenever you onboard a customer and you make a goal and you make a plan, we consider those for all of them. Okay. But if you individually want to change it, then I showed you that option where you can go into that settings option, and not the settings, but inside the goal you have an option where you can individually go and change it for the customer.
Okay, so I can log in into particular account and then I can make required changes.
Yes. Individually will be able to make those changes.
Okay. Yeah. And just you have sent a consent email, and it has delivered in a couple of minutes, moment suppose. So is that fast or normally, because whenever we are sending emails, it is not reaching to investors that fast?
I don't know that is I'm not aware about this. Yeah.
But it's a very good development, in fact. That's right.
Thank you. So I'm very excited for this particular piece. I've been waiting for this for so long. Once it gets added to goal section, then it will be like for those who are dealing in stocks and all. Also, you want to just say that you sell this stock. So you just go and put an advice, sell. Send it to the customer. He replies back to you. He gives a consent, and you go and sell it that way. So you have the record of all the advices as per the SEBI compliance also. So that is something which is going to help.
But being an MFD,
being an MFD, sir.
It's a question mark. Yeah. So yeah, but we will definitely give advice on insurance part.
Yeah, insurance is
But the
something
SEBI is not involved.
Yeah, correct. So insurance planning is something that you can always do it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, चावला जी बोलिए. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. बोलिए.
It is actually in continuation to the point which I raised yesterday. See, what happened was today I was onboarding a client. I mapped income. I showed this is the total income and the expenses again, because the total is not there. You just imagine the applied 20 entries have been made. Now I don't know what is the total. I cannot explain him income minus expenses. What is whether there is a shortfall or there is a surplus for investing. And the cash flow, this thing is not there. So it is very difficult. Either you allow me on the old system, you have blocked the old system.
Sir,
so that means
sir, I have
trying to understand.
I understood your point.
See, basically.
Hello.
So sir, again, my only request is just see how much you can expedite it.
Sir, I'll get it done. Don't worry, sir. मैं कल ही ना वो बात हम लोग का internal discussion भी हो गया on a very speedy basis. We are looking toward that and we want to get it done. Don't worry about that. We'll get it done for sure. That I'm assuring. खाली क्या है ना कि just allow me some days because हम लोग है ना वो migration के process में और बहुत hectic है वो. So अभी पूरा जो है ना focus और devotion है ना उसके ऊपर ही चल रहा है. आपका है ना वो चीज भी पेंडिंग है मुझे पता है और मैंने उसका पूरा फॉर्मेट भी बनवा के रेडी कर लिया है विच इज योर कैश फ्लो समरी इनकम माइनस एक्सपेंसेस. वो भी हम लोग उसके ऊपर फटाफट हम लोग करेंगे उसके ऊपर काम. सर आपका करके देंगे, डोंट वरी.
एंड द राइट्स पार्ट, द यूजर रोल में जो राइट्स का जो था, अगर व्यूइंग राइट, व्हाट इज द स्टेटस ऑन दैट?
वो बंद करके रखा हुआ है जानबूझ के अभी बिकॉज वो माइग्रेशन चल रहा है इसलिए. आपको मैं दिखाता हूँ. आई विल जस्ट शो यू. दिस इज माय डेवलपमेंट पार्ट. मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ कल जो चीज़ें डिसेबल्ड थी ना वो मैं आपको बताता हूँ वो यहाँ पे कैसे है. सो आई एम इन सोनेश राइट नाउ. एक ये चीज़ भी डिसेबल्ड है वहाँ पे आपके लिए विच इज़ ऑलरेडी देयर. सो इफ आई एम इन सोनेश राइट नाउ, इफ यू सी प्रोफाइल सेक्शन, ये आप देखेंगे ना तो यहाँ पे देखिए मैं
I'm not able to see. I'm just able to see you. I'm not able to see your screen.
Okay. One minute. I just need to reshare it. Okay. ये देखिए, ये आपको अभी दिख रहा है स्क्रीन? या तो इसके अंदर ये देखिए ये सारी चीजें ऑलरेडी रेडी है. यहाँ पे हम लोग ने डिसेबल करके रखी है. अनमैप, मूव टू फैमिली मेंबर, मर्ज डुप्लीकेट फैमिली मेंबर, प्रपोर्ट, डिलीट. तो ये चीजें कल मैं आपको ये चीज एक मैं कल नहीं दिखा पाया था बिकॉज दैट इज समथिंग विच इज डिसेबल्ड फॉर द टेम्परेरी पीरियड. एंड दूसरा है रोज एंड जो हायरार्की है वो पोर्शन जो है वो हम लोग ने डिसेबल किया हुआ है. सो यूजर्स एंड रोज में आप जाएंगे यहाँ पे. सो ये वाला सेक्शन जो है ये हम लोग ने बंद करके रखा हुआ है. ये खास ये दोनों चीजें
नहीं. द प्रॉब्लम वाज कि जो रोल में ना जो जब पहले चालू भी था, व्हेन आई सिलेक्टेड सपोज a particular client, I want to give only the viewing rights, even though on the system it shows that it has been checkbox has been removed, but actually it doesn't happen. He gets all the rights or even editing rights.
करेक्ट. उसके लिए मैं बोला ना वो हम लोग ने अभी बंद करके रखा है बिकॉज क्या हो रहा है कि पूरा जो डेवलपमेंट जा रहा है ना वो डेवलपमेंट उसमें माइग्रेशन जा रहा है ना उसमें वो रूल्स अप्लाई हो जाते हैं तो उसकी वजह से वो प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था. सो हम लोग ने वो शट ऑफ करके रखा है अभी.
You have blocked and which you have been okay जो ये सब facility when it be made available, क्या timelines हैं?
ये जितना जल्दी होता है करते सर. टाइमलाइन मत पूछिए सर.
नहीं, what are the timelines? What you will achieve is something as but एक schedule तो लेके चलोगे ना. What are the schedule timelines?
सर माइग्रेशन इज द फर्स्ट इमीडिएट प्रायोरिटी. उसके बाद रोल्स एंड हायरार्की और आपका ये जो अभी हम लोग ने डिस्कस किया बजटिंग वाला पार्ट, कैश इनफ्लो आउटफ्लो वाला और एक्सपेंसेस का जो टोटल है ना वो हम लोग ले लेंगे.
ठीक. ओके. थैंक यू.
क्या संजय?
हेलो. हाँ, हाय
संजय.
सो यहाँ पे पहला मेरा क्वेश्चन है, जैसे आपने रिस्क प्रोफाइलिंग करी तो रिस्क प्रोफाइलिंग के साथ साथ हम लोग फंड भी रिकमेंड कर सकते हैं क्या, एज वेल एज वो फंड का परफॉर्मेंस भी साथ में हो, ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है क्या?
नहीं, रिस्क प्रोफाइलिंग के साथ फंड का परफॉर्मेंस
आई मीन फंड रिकमेंड करेंगे कि जैसे आप एग्रेसिव हैं तो हमने इक्विटी फंड आपको रिकमेंड किया जिसमें लेट से SBI ब्लू चिप किया या DSP मिड कैप किया या कोई डेट फंड किया, तो वो फंड वहां पे दिख जाए उसको, इन्वेस्टर को, या जो भी बोर्डिंग कर रहा हो।
वो है ना, एक्चुअली इसमें आएगा। हम लोग जो ये आपको मैंने इंश्योरेंस में कवर किया ना, ये वाला पार्ट इंश्योरेंस प्लानिंग में, जब मैं आपको दिखाया ये कि आप इंश्योरेंस पे जब एडवाइस दे रहे हैं तो ये एग्जिस्टिंग पे आप रिकमेंडेशन दे रहे हैं और नया क्या सजेस्ट करने वाले हैं ना, ये पोर्शन आपका गोल्ड प्लानिंग में यहाँ पे आएगा, यहाँ पे आएगा।
अच्छा, ओके।
हाँ, सो यहाँ पे वो गोल्ड प्लानिंग में आएगा।
नहीं, बट यहाँ पे तो इंश्योरेंस ही सिर्फ आएगा ना, फंड तो नहीं आएगा ना, म्यूचुअल फंड तो नहीं
नहीं, न्यू रिकमेंडेशन फंड भी आ जाएगा। जैसे कि मैं यहाँ पे कैसे नया पॉलिसी सजेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, राइट?
ओके।
हाँ, ये मैं नया पॉलिसी सजेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, यहाँ से मैं सजेस्ट पॉलिसी करके मैं वो डिटेल्स डाल रहा हूँ, एक्चुअली नए वाले पॉलिसी की डिटेल्स डाल रहा हूँ।
अच्छा, ओके, तो नया फंड भी रिकमेंड कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, वैसा वहाँ पे आएगा, सजेस्टेड पॉलिसीज के बदले सजेस्टेड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स वैसा।
ठीक है। एंड सेकेंड थिंग, आपने जैसे इसमें लोन को कैलकुलेट किया था दैट कि कितना आउटस्टैंडिंग लोन रहेगा टेन्योर वाइज और टाइम टू टाइम, तो ऐसा कुछ होगा कि जैसे बैंक रिपेमेंट शेड्यूल देता है, वो शेड्यूल को ही एक बार में अपलोड कर दिया जाए और वो
आपको उसमें ऑप्शन है, ट्रांजैक्शंस का ऑप्शन है, आप एक बार अच्छे से वो डेटा डाल देंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो आपको बता देगा कि बैलेंसिंग अमाउंट कितना है और टेन्योर कितना है।
अच्छा, वो मैनुअल एंट्री करना पड़ेगा, पीडीएफ
मैनुअल एंट्री करना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, एक चीज और है, जैसे वो आई थिंक वो आपने कर दिया कि गोल को पोर्टफोलियो समरी में मैप करके वो जनरेट कर सकते हैं फाइनेंशियल प्लान, बट ऐसा जो हम लोग बल्क ईमेल करते हैं अपने इन्वेस्टर को ऑन एवरी मंथ फर्स्ट को, उसमें ऐसा हो सकता है कि ये गोल भी साथ में मैप होके जाए, सो दैट कि उनको ये पता रहे दैट कि गोल में कितना शॉर्टेज है इस मंथ में, सो दैट मतलब दे कैन प्रिपेयर फॉर फर्दर इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑन।
समझ गया। मैं आपका ये मेरे को एक आप मेल कर दीजिए ना, मैं क्या प्रोडक्ट टीम को भेज दूंगा, सो दे व्हेन दे आर डिजाइनिंग दिस ना दे विल कीप दिस इन माइंड।
ठीक है। और एक चीज और है सर, इसमें जो कस्टमाइज आपने वो कवर पेज डाला है, वो कवर पेज अपना लोगो बेस्ड हम लोग कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं क्या?
कौन से वाले सेगमेंट में?
अभी फाइनेंशियल प्लान जनरेट किया, उसमें एक कवर पेज आपने लगाया वो।
हाँ, उसमें लोगो ऐड करना है आपको।
हाँ, मतलब आपने जैसे हेक्सागन टाइप करा, तो अपना कवर पेज के हिसाब से, अपना लोगो के हिसाब से हम कस्टमाइज कर सकें।
करेक्ट, समझ गया। वो भी मैं आप ईमेल में डाल दीजिए। सो वो थोड़ी वो सारी चीजें हैं जो कस्टमाइजेशन के, वो सब बाद में हम लोग उसको लेते जाएंगे। अभी मेन प्राइमरी हमारा ना मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव कैसे करके इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रेडी हो जाए, बस फिर हम लोग और डिटेलिंग में उसको और हम लोग एनहांस करते रहेंगे।
ठीक है, डन है सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू। श्रीनिवासन जी बोलिए।
Yeah, first off, thanks a lot. It's a very extensive part. And to be frank, I was not planning to use the planning module. I was looking at the portfolio to begin. I am a new user, by the way. So, I don't know the whole platform. I just come for IFN out too. But the planning section looks very extensive. Kudos for that.
Thank you so much, sir.
The main question I had was, see the key info table, right, that you showed in the goal. So when you showed the demo, I also did a sample goal and I saw the key info table. So that actually has the figures. So is it possible to get that in an Excel format? And similarly, even the plan, can we get this in a Word format so that we could make some changes as we go along and then, put it back into PDF and send it?
करेक्ट सर, थोड़ा सा ना कस्टमाइजेशन ये वो सब थोड़ा सा टाइम दीजिए, बिकॉज क्या है ना, हम लोग का मेन इंफ्रा रेडी करना है, बिकॉज इसके बाद हमको एडवाइस कंसेंट मैकेनिज्म जो है गोल में भी डायरेक्ट करना है, उसके बाद लाइव कैश फ्लो बनाना है और सिनेरियो एनालिसिस बनाना है और टैक्स प्लानिंग बनाना है। सो ये एक बार थोड़ा सा ये हम लोग का लास्ट होगा, लाइक एक बार ये इंफ्रा रेडी हो गया ना, उसके बाद हम लोग को फिर उस जितना भी बनाया उसके ऊपर वैल्यू एडिशन भी करना है।
But the Excel sheet में download करना, so that you may be able to do that, no? Just getting the table in an Excel format.
वो वाला टेबल हम लोग ने नहीं ऑप्शन दिया है, so I'll just check on that front. अगर वो वाला टेबल ऐड करने का ऑप्शन अगर मिल सकता है तो।
हाँ, because वो पहले का जो चीज है वो उस Excel में नहीं होता, क्योंकि that is like it has a picture and all the stuff. But the table seems like an Excel table, no?
Correct.
क्योंकि क्या होता है कि sometimes we can also do some additional calculation, कुछ extra column add करना है, तो हम खुद ही कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं ना, so you don't have to do all the customization.
समझ गया. Got it.
So great work. Actually, I was quite impressed with that part. And to be frank, I have suddenly the name is not getting. There is a company based in Australia, right? They try to generate plans.
Right? Australian based.
I'll get the name right. It's a very, very famous company, and they charge a lot of money. right? And then, but this level, right, the way you're taking it, you would reach that place. So that is actually amazing.
Thank you so much. Sir, keep guiding. If you have any feedbacks, inputs, please do send it to email it to me. We are actually considering all those emails, whatever we get, we are collating that and we're sending it to the product team to make sure that, you know, we go in the right direction. हम लोग को जितना सोचना था हम लोग सोच के बना के एक बार डिजाइन शुरू कर दिया है, but there is something which, you know, as a user interface, users, you know, when they are actually in the market and they are designing these things, that they are actually working with the customers, it gives a lot of impact.
Okay. And then I had a small question about the pricing part for the planning module. Can I ask now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I have a planning client, so that will be about what, 15-20 per month, right? Which means that many clients can be active.
So see, basic plan, financial basic plan, what we have activated right now will include goal-based financial planning. So that will be 25 per month for per family.
Okay.
And when we come up with tax planning, cash flow planning, life cash flow part, scenario and all, we'll be having an advanced plan option that will be activating, and price right now we're not decided on that front.
Okay, great. So then, which means that this is people who have had plans anytime in the past, right? Not just iska plan us month mein kiya tha. Not that way, right?
Correct.
Because the plan can extend over a month. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, Prakash ji, boliye.
Yeah. One thing, two small questions and a general question. The surrender value calculation, are you enabling any features to calculate the surrender value of the policy, or we have to calculate and put it?
Right now you calculate and put it. You can get it from the insurance companies, but at a later date our option is open. हम लोग ने पूरा तैयारी भी कर डाला था कि bonus rates के ऊपर हम लोग वो सब calculate करेंगे, उसका formula लगाएंगे and all, but that was getting into so much of
No, I'll suggest you please don't do it, because I have experienced it is very complicated. Okay.
It is.
So my suggestion, you see, you are trying to do a lot of things, but you make it the achievement of whatever you are planning to achieve that, because what happens, you plan big things, and even if one or two features are not there, it will create dissatisfaction. So you keep it, I am telling, we have given the rights to the clients. Now we send the bulk mail that 8th February you will be able to view everything. But now what is happening is clients have already logged in. Some of them, they are asking. So my request will be to block those portion which is under construction and put a flag there that this process, these modules are under development. Please wait for some more time. That will give a right message. Otherwise, what happens? Clients are getting into it and asking us, kya hai, ye nahi hai, wo nahi. So please, I think this is a small thing. You are planning great things. I find the initiative you have taken, it is actually materializing, but take it in such a way that clients don't get. If they see like this for 2-3 months, because they are looking at every day, let me tell you, some clients say, nahi hua hai, nahi hua hai. So put a flag there on that the person. Only portfolio viewing, I think you have completed, and clients are interested mostly in looking at their portfolio on a regular basis. Besides that, any other features, please block it or put a flag there under construction, so that it will give a right message. Okay, that is one. And another thing is, can clients input the data on their own on the financial plan?
They can. So that was Chala ji wahi baat kar rahe the ki we have right now disabled the role option where you can give and you can not give the permission of him adding the data on his own. So that is something which is right now active. You can do it. The customer can do it, but later on, once our roles and users role and roles section is ready, then it will be on you whether you want to give him an access to and input the data on his own or not.
Yeah, thank you. And the final point is, I am repeating that 8th February has been declared. We have sent the mail. Please make it, whatever you have completed totally, make that portion visible. Let people get a feel of it that it has been done completely. And I am sure it is an improvement. But portion which is not yet done, please put a flag there so that let people know. This is my request.
Sure, okay. 100%. I'll take this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Nilesh.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Wonderful. मतलब मजा आ गया देख के सब, और जब सच में यूज करेंगे तो इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. मुझे एक क्वेश्चन था रिगार्डिंग रिटायरमेंट का, जो रिटायरमेंट कॉर्पस का जो वैल्यू आ रहा है, आप थोड़ा उस पेज के ऊपर जाएंगे क्या प्लीज?
हाँ श्योर, या ऑन इट।
ओके, यहाँ पे जो
जस्ट
यस यस
या टेल मी।
ओके, ये 7.23 CR जो है, ये रिक्वायरमेंट है स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर और होल पीरियड ऑफ द गोल रिटायरमेंट पीरियड?
इट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर।
ओके,
सो अगर मेरे पास इतना कॉर्पस होगा तो मैं एवरी ईयर इतना पैसा निकाल पाऊंगा, ये वाला which will go to zero at the end of the goal।
ओके, बट इसमें ऐसा कैलकुलेट हुआ है क्या कि स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर सपोज आई विल हैव 5 CR, बट वो भी इंक्रीज होगा ना ड्यूरिंग द रिटायरमेंट पीरियड?
कंसीडर किया हुआ है, पूरा सब कुछ कंसीडर्ड है।
ओके, तो डेफिनेटली ये स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर का है।
हाँ हाँ,
ओके 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 ओके, थैंक यू। यही क्वेश्चन।
खाली इसमें इशू क्या होता है, हम लोग एक्सेल पे हम लोग जो कैलकुलेट करते हैं ना, वी हैव द फैसिलिटी और मे बी द लीजर ऑफ डूइंग अ गोल सीक, जो प्रोग्रामिंग में अवेलेबल नहीं है। तो इसका थोड़ा मेथड है ना, थोड़ा सा अजीब सा है, हम लोग को करना पड़ता है। तो उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा ना, थोड़ा सा फर्क रहने ही वाला है एक्सेल और इसमें। समवेयर आई हैव सीन दैट एग्जैक्टली भी मैच हुआ है। सो if you have any doubt you can send that excel sheet to me, my product team will give you a feedback कि कहाँ पे कैसे आ रहा है, and I'll give you my calculations also. So if there is anything that you feel, we'll get you corrected on that, or we can tell you that what is there on this front.
ओके ओके फाइन, बट उसमें क्या है ना कि मैंने इतना एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है कि सपोज द पर्सन इज एट द 40 एज ऑफ 40, वो 60 तक उसका लाइफस्टाइल ऐसे ही मेंटेन होने वाला है। उसके बाद 60 to 70 expenses will decrease by 20%. After 70 to 80 it will decrease by 50%. तो ऐसे कैलकुलेट करने के लिए मतलब यहाँ पे पॉसिबल है?
नहीं, अभी नहीं है वैसा, मुझे ऐसा फीडबैक आया था, बट अभी कैसा है कि पहले एक पड़ाव में एटलीस्ट एक फुल लेंथ कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद फिर डिटेल में और थोड़ा सा इसको इम्प्रोवाइज करेंगे। बिकॉज क्या होता है कि ये मतलब सी बहुत सारा एक ही चीज में बहुत सारा ज्यादा करने के चक्कर में ना बाकी सी चीजें नहीं बनेगी, वो प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है। सो वी हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज ऑन दोस फ्रंट्स। तो वो चीज जो है ना, वहाँ पे कैसा होता है कि जो एक्सेल शीट में हम लोग करते हैं, आई हैव सीन कि नेक्स्ट फर्स्ट लाइक 30 इयर्स का गोल है, तो पहले 15 साल तो मैं फुल आई विल गो फुल थ्रॉटल विद हाईएस्ट इक्विटी एलोकेशन एंड हाईएस्ट रिटर्न्स, एंड फिर मैं धीरे धीरे उसको मैं एसेट रीबैलेंसिंग और सब करके आई विल कीप कमिंग टू डेट, जहाँ पे जिस दिन गोल ईयर होगा मेरा डेट ज्यादा हो जाएगा और इक्विटी कम हो जाएगा। सो वो हम लोग सोच रहे हैं वी विल कम अप विद दैट इन मॉडल पोर्टफोलियोज, जहाँ पे सपोज वन ऑफ द ऑप्शन वुड बी यू लिंक अ मॉडल पोर्टफोलियो टू दिस, और सिस्टम ऑटोमेटिकली फिर आपको वो मॉडल पोर्टफोलियो के हिसाब से एसेट एलोकेशन का ट्रिगर्स देते जाएगा कि नाउ यू नीड टू बुक प्रॉफिट एंड ब्रिंग द मनी इनटू डेट एंड ऑल। तो उसमें मॉडल पोर्टफोलियोज में 2-3 ऑप्शंस होंगे दैट यू वांट टू गो स्ट्रेटेजिक और यू वांट टू गो टैक्टिकल, अकॉर्डिंगली वैसे करेंगे फिर उसको अच्छे से बनाएंगे पूरा डिटेल में।
ओके, बट मेरा डिबेटिंग ये हमेशा रहा है अदर प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर भी कि ये जो स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर है क्या, मतलब रिटायरमेंट का जो स्टार्ट सपोज 2035 मतलब 2035 में उसका रिटायरमेंट स्टार्ट हो रहा है, तो ये अमाउंट रियली स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर लगने वाला है या होल ड्यूरिंग द रिटायरमेंट पीरियड लगने वाला है?
नहीं, ये स्टार्ट ऑफ द ईयर लगेगा, क्योंकि क्या है कि यहाँ पे देखो मैंने ये भी डाला हुआ है ना, एक मेरे को ये कॉर्पस भी चाहिए 1 करोड़ का।
नहीं, ये अलग सा मतलब, हाँ ये अलग सा सिनेरियो यहाँ पे क्रिएट हुआ है, दैट इज ओके, बट प्लेन रिटायरमेंट का गोल होगा तो उस केस में स्टार्ट ऑफ द गोल ईयर ही मतलब वो होना चाहिए, ना कि ड्यूरिंग द होल रिटायरमेंट पीरियड। नहीं तो वो अमाउंट क्या होता है, बहुत बड़ा लगता है। तो मतलब अभी एक 20 साल पहले कुछ प्रोजेक्शन दिया जाए तो वो क्लाइंट का मतलब सोचने के बाहर ही हो जाता है।
करेक्ट, समझ गया मैं।
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू। Yeah, Deepak. Deepak, go ahead with the query. Hello? 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 Yeah, Sanjay, go ahead.
I had already queried and answered, I think.
Acha, you already have it. Okay.
Okay, I think hand raised किया हुआ है क्या? Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No problem. Prakash, you have any question? Minesh? So I have lowered all the hands now. If anybody wants to have ask a query, just let me know. Yeah, Deepak, go ahead. I have allowed you to talk. Yeah, Minesh, go ahead.
Sonesh, what I have observed is in our portfolio reporting, summary, two things are missing. Number one is dividend reinvestment is not considered. And second is actual investments and total investments. These two things are missing. And actually, I'm talking about this since last 1 year when your development was going on. And without dividend investment in option, portfolio summary is, incomplete. What is your view on this? I think this much must have reached to you also.
Can you just again let me know where exactly?
In portfolio summary.
In case of portfolio summary. Here.
Yeah, now click on the summary. Generate the summary. Mutual fund.
Okay.
Open the summary. Yes. So in this, if you see, there is a dividend payout, but there is no dividend reinvestments option. So the actual amount invested is misguiding. So unless you come to know what is the dividend reinvestment amount in this particular fund, calculation of return is not proper, and that is misguiding.
So in this case, isn't it that when there is a dividend reinvest, automatically the number of units are going up and the NAV is different?
Yeah, see.
So that is automatically getting.
Automatically, yeah, it is there. See, dividend reinvestment is there in the amount invested, suppose, but it is not reflecting as dividend payout. So you will not come to know the 4 lakh rupees what the original investments and 1 lakh rupees was dividend reinvestments. Okay, so that part is missing. And secondly, sometimes you have invested 25 lakh rupees originally. Then you have made switches and switch in, switch out things. So whenever you want to see what was the actual investments, so you will not come to know what was the original actual investments. So here it is total investment, but what was the actual investments? So that is also missing.
तो है ना यहाँ पे है ना आप म्यूचुअल फंड में जाएंगे ओवरव्यू रिपोर्ट में यहाँ पे है यहाँ पे ये वाला जो पोर्शन है इज योर एक्चुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट ये नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट और खाली एक ही है यहाँ पे मेरे को ये जो नेट गेन है ना इसको मेरे को खाली ब्रेकअप करना व्हिच वाज अ फीडबैक फ्रॉम इवन प्रकाश सर सो यहाँ पे मेरे को खाली ये बाइफरकेट करना है जहाँ पे नेट गेन हैज टू बी इन टू फॉर्मेट रियलाइज्ड एंड अनरियलाइज्ड बाकी दिस इज द होल कंप्लीट कैश फ्लो समरी फ्रॉम डे 1 till today like if there was a redemption if there was a dividend payout everything and if there was switch in switch out and then finally what is the net investment.
No, basically Sonesh, mutual fund summary is the most used statement I can say. 99% we will use summary and summary is at a glance. So customer should come to know yes what exactly it is on a one sheet. So this part has to be there.
तो आपको यहाँ पे कैसे चाहिए I still did not come to know like यहाँ पे dividend summary में realized unrealized लाना होगा उसका I think see there is something to do with the design part then.
Here if you see the way you have mentioned NAV and date right. Similarly, you can mention dividend payout and dividend reinvestments.
वो समझ में आ गया मेरे को, पे आउट और इन्वेस्टमेंट समझ में आ गया। वो यहाँ पे पे आउट है, वैसा रीइन्वेस्टमेंट का एक कॉलम आ जाएगा।
करेक्ट।
आप जो लाइफ टाइम जो अर्निंग्स है उसके, अगर वो स्कीम यहाँ पे नहीं है, रिडीम्ड है, तो वो कैसे आएगा? दैट विल हैव टू चेक आउट।
Yes, I'll share some format if you want. Actually, I've already shared it with your executive.
अच्छा, आपने ऑलरेडी सेंड किया है क्या?
Already sent. I think I'm talking about this since last 1 year.
अच्छा, मेरे को मेल कीजिए ना।
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And secondly, for this goal planning or the financial planning, do we have some Excel format where we can, our investor can feed up that Excel and we can upload it here?
नहीं, अभी नहीं है, लेकिन गोल प्लानिंग में आपको एक्सेल का एक्चुअली इतना जरूरत भी क्यों रहेगा? बिकॉज आप ऑलरेडी पूरा पोर्टफोलियो तो डाल रहे हो, आपको यहाँ पे सब डिजिटाइज्ड है, लाइक आपको यहाँ से सिलेक्ट करना है, वैल्यूज डालना है, फट से डालना है।
नहीं, जब हम पूरा कंप्रेहेंसिव फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करते हैं ना, तो डेटा शीट इन्वेस्टर को भेजते हैं, वो पूरा डेटा फीड करके, ताकि सिटिंग इन अ सिंगल सिटिंग गेटिंग ऑल द डेटा इज नॉट पॉसिबल।
समझ गया, पोर्टफोलियो का डेटा गैदरिंग का पार्ट बोल रहे हैं आप?
यस सर। हाँ, डेटा कलेक्शन
तो समझ गया, डेटा कलेक्शन का वो उसमें अभी देखिए, अभी हम लोग ना म्यूचुअल फंड्स में किया है और स्टॉक्स में बल्क अपलोड का ऑप्शन लाए हैं। अभी फिक्स्ड इनकम और सब जगह पे हम लोग विल चेकिंग की यहाँ पे अब एक्सेल शीट का एक फॉर्मेट डाल देते हैं, और उसके बाद आपको हम लोग जब सब पूरा बन जाएगा ना, so we'll work on the complete data gathering, minimization of the complete effort of data gathering. उसके लिए हम लोग कुछ सोचते हैं, उसके लिए करते हैं हम लोग।
तो थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा। एक्सेल शीट है तो क्या कुछ मिसिंग भी नहीं होगा when you are sitting with your investor or investor is feeding it himself, suppose.
Correct. Got it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Yeah, Deepak. Yeah, Deepak. Vaishali? Yeah, go ahead, Vaishali. Yeah, Nilesh?
डेटा गैदरिंग के लिए जो भी एक्सेल शीट बनेगा ना, तो वो ऑफलाइन भी वर्क करना चाहिए। मतलब वही शीट हम डायरेक्टली अपलोड कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि क्या होगा, हर जगह नेटवर्क आएगा ऐसा पॉसिबल मतलब नहीं है। तो हम ऑनलाइन एवरी टाइम ऑनलाइन डेटा सिस्टम में पुटअप करना क्वाइट इम्पॉसिबल। तो वो ऑफलाइन डेटा शीट, हाँ, वो हम पूरा डेटा उसमें ले लेंगे और एक साथ अपलोड कर दिया तो हो सकता है। सेकंड थिंग कि क्लाइंट ने भी कुछ सिस्टम में डायरेक्टली जाके डेटा चेंज किया, तो हमारे पास जो मास्टर एक्सेल शीट रहेगा उसमें तो वो पुराने वाला सब डेटा रहेगा। नेक्स्ट ईयर बाद में जब भी वो डेटा लेते हैं तो वो ओल्ड फाइल ओल्ड नाम से ही सेव होगी, और न्यू फाइल नया, उसमें जो भी चेंजेस है वो कर सकते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि वो एक्सेल शीट अलग से होनी चाहिए, वो जो डायरेक्टली एक्सेल शीट अपलोड हो गई तो डेटा आ जाएगा।
समझ गया, मैंने लिख लिया है। ठीक है,
ये ओके, थैंक यू।
All right, I have seen some chats here. Ashwin has asked me, goal summary page is not visible. Goal summary page is under production. एक बार हमारा इंश्योरेंस प्लानिंग, गोल प्लानिंग हो जाता है, that will come up. बिकॉज अभी कुछ है नहीं दिखाने के लिए समरी पेज पे। गोल सेक्शन एक बार तैयार हो जाता है सब अच्छे से, तो विल बी गेटिंग दैट पेज। या थैंक्स श्रीनिवासन, नेवी प्लान, आई जस्ट हैव अ चेक ऑन दैट। All right. So in the Q&A section, I'll just check some questions if there is anything missed out. Yeah, Vijay, tax part is not ready yet. Ruchita, can we add question in risk profiling? No, right now we are not given an option to customize. Email templates also, the option is not there. Anil has asked how to add annuities. See, annuities you can add in the life insurance policy section, where you can mention about the policy type. So all the list will be already there, all the annuity policies will be there. And if you want to mention about the annuity outflows, like, inflows, you have an option to mention that in the cash flow section, in the policy data entry also only. Sanjay has set some questions that I think almost have been answered. Can recommended category fund and risk profile, the risk profiling sign can be auto uploaded in the system for record. You see, the risk profiling, Sanjay, risk profiling can be signed and it can be stored in the document vault. Can upload loan repayment schedule. No, that is not there. Loan repayment schedule. Can map this goal planner in the portfolio summary when sending bulk email. Yeah, so this is something that I've noted. Also, can add FD, PPF insurance when sending portfolio summary. Okay, right. By table, I mean. All right, so I think most of the questions have been answered. Vaishali, your hands are still up. So if you have any question, I've allowed you to speak. You can unmute and ask me the question. Or anybody else, if you have any question, or we just end for the day. So, yeah, Deepak. Yeah, Deepak, you have any question? You have raised your hand. All right. So I'll lower all the hands. Thank you all. Thank you for attending today's session. Today's webinar 3 on financial planning. So tomorrow we have the 4th webinar lined up. So keep tuned. See you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we end for the day today. Thank you so much. Bye.